everyone, welcome back to Paracord Planet. We've been getting a lot of messages on social media with people trying to restring their shoelaces with paracord, and one issue seems to be coming up. That's the fraying of their paracord ends once they do relace their shoes. In this video, we have two different methods to preventing the fraying of paracord, with one bonus hack thrown in there. With that in mind, let's get paracording. So for our project today, we are going to incorporate some scraps of paracord that we have left over from our previous camping hack video. And in this case, it's going to be perfect because they are reflective, and if you're a runner and relacing your shoes with paracord, reflective paracord is perfect. So if you don't remember, we're going to be using silver gray reflective 550 paracord and neon orange reflective 550 paracord. We're also going to be incorporating this cord lock because we all know that tying your shoes can be a pain in the butt sometimes. And for our two methods to prevent fraying on our paracord, you may have noticed these two methods used in our previous video on restringing a hoodie. We're going to be using silver aglets, and we do have heat shrink tubing. And to heat that up, we're going to be using a lighter. So our first method to stopping the fray at the end of our paracord is we're going to be using these aglets. And the way that we do this is they usually come a little closed the way that they are right now. So we're going to use a knotter's tool, and we're just going to push it right on through to open the aglet up just a little bit more. And once you do have it a little opened, you can take the end of your paracord, you can put it right on through there. And again, this knotter's tool is very nice to take the end and slide it into place. So now that we have it in place, you can actually use some tools if you would like to, like some pliers to pinch this, but I am just going to try and see how strong I can be here. Pinch it together myself. And then you'll also notice that this has a silver little triangle right here, and we can take the end of our knotter's tool and we can push that down to make sure that the paracord doesn't come out. All right, so that's our first aglet on one half of our shoelaces, and we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So now that we have the two aglets on the end of our shoestring, time for the hack. Now, if you do work in an industry where maybe tying your shoes isn't the most convenient thing, or you just want a quick lace, this cord lock is awesome. So what you do is stick one end through the one side, stick the other end through the other side, pull them through. So once you do have your paracord through the cord lock right there, this is pretty much complete, but this is a great way to quickly tie or untie your shoe if you happen to be in a business where you have to do that. My dad's an RN, so he's always complaining to me about having to tie shoes over and over again, so I think this would be a perfect gift for him. For our second method, we are going to be incorporating some heat shrink tubing. In our hoodie video, you may have noticed that we used a heat gun, but that's not always going to be available for everybody, so today we're going to be doing it with a lighter. So for our first step here, we're going to take our heat shrink tubing, and we are going to cut about 1 inch to about 1.5 inches here. It will shrink whenever it gets heated. Now for our next step, we're going to take the paracord and we're going to put it through the heat shrink tubing, but I thought this would be a good time to demonstrate the fray that we're trying to get rid of. So we have frayed our paracord just a little bit, and we're going to show you how to prevent this fraying from spreading down. So what we want to do is we want to take the frayed end, and we do want to try and make it a little nicer at the top there, and then we're going to stick that through our tubing. We're going to stick it through, and as you can see, it's going to come out the end, but we don't want it to come out the end. We actually want to give it a little bit of a space. I'd say maybe 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch up at the top, and if you just pinch it there, you can actually feel where the paracord is inside the tubing. Once you've found the spot that you would like the paracord to be sitting, we're going to start from the top and work our way down. And as you do this, you do want to rotate your paracord to make sure that you are heating the heat shrink tubing evenly. You don't want to shrink one side too much and another side too little. So as you can see, the lighter worked very, very well, but a heat gun would work as well, or you could even go for a hair dryer if you have one of those in the house. And now we are going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to take about an inch, cut that off. We're going to bring in our paracord. This time we have melted the end there, but we did just show you how it would work with a fray. We're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to put it through. We're going to bring it back a little bit to make that cap at the top. I want it right about there. And again, we're going to grab our lighter and we're going to start from the end. And here we have our heat shrink tubing completed around our paracord. Now you can use whatever method you would like to make sure that this is going to stay on. The heating melted the paracord a little bit inside of it, so it is nice. It's not going anywhere. We also have a variation of the heat shrink tubing that has a little bit of adhesive on the inside, so whenever you put the paracord through and shrink it down, it really sticks to the paracord, but this is doing an excellent job as well. So here we do have the two methods of preventing fraying on the ends if you are going to be using paracord for shoelaces. And a big thank you to everybody who does comment or ask questions online. We always love seeing the questions and we always love coming up with a solution here in the studio. So a big thank you to everybody who asked the question on how to prevent fraying on their shoelaces. Thank you so much for checking out the video, and if it did help you, a like and subscribe is always appreciated. A big thanks to everybody who has already liked and subscribed. If you do have a question or something you would like to see in a future video, just let us know down in the comments below. Have yourself a great day. We'll see you on the next video.